Ukraine allies pledge to take Russian oil and gas off global market. More than 20 nations supporting Ukraine have pledged to take Russian oil and gas off the global market as part of efforts to pressure President Vladimir Putin to end the war. "We're choking off funding for Russia's war machine," said UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, after hosting a summit of the Coalition of the Willing in London. The UK and US have in recent days sanctioned Russia's two biggest oil companies, while the EU targeted Moscow's liquefied natural gas (LNG) exports. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who was also in London, said pressure on Russia was the only way to stop the fighting. However, no long-range missile deliveries to Ukraine were announced at the summit. Zelensky has long argued that US-made Tomahawks and European missiles would help make the war cost heavier for Moscow by hitting key military targets, including oil refineries and weapons depots deep inside Russia. But during last week's talks in Washington, US President Donald Trump indicated to Zelensky that he was not ready to supply Tomahawks. On Thursday, President Putin warned that if such weapons are used to strike Russian Federation territory, the response will be overwhelming. Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Speaking at a joint press conference after the London summit, Starmer said Putin was not serious about peace, and therefore Ukraine's allies agreed a clear plan for the rest of the year. On supporting Ukraine, the UK Prime Minister said this also included targeting Russia's sovereign assets to unlock billions to help finance Ukraine's defense. He gave no further details. On Thursday, EU leaders agreed to help support Ukraine's financial needs for the next 2 years, but stopped short of agreeing to use frozen Russian assets worth 140 bn, 122 bn.